Hey God family, how y'all doing? I'm God's daughter. Welcome to God's daughter Ministries, where we help you live completely sold out for Christ and help you grow in your relationship with God. If that is something that you're interested in, be sure to hit the subscribe button and join the greatest family in the world. Check out my other videos, and for more Christ-centered content, be sure to check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Like, follow, share all that good stuff with your friends and your family, and let's spread the word of the Lord together. So it is the beginning of a brand new month, and I am just here to give you guys a quick word. So this month's word is going to come from Genesis 12 verse 1 to 2. Genesis 12 verse 1 to 2. The Lord had said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing." So it is the second half of the year 2025, and one thing that has been really loud in my life lately is change. The whole concept of change. Changing the way I do certain things, changing some habits, changing my patterns, changing my attitude, changing my health habits, just change in general. Because since the beginning of the year, I've been praying for certain things from God and asking God to help me to gain certain things. And I'm sure it's the same for all of us. In the beginning of the year, we have certain goals that we want to reach within this year. And we might find ourselves in a space where it's the middle of the year right now and it doesn't seem like we are reaching those goals. And for myself as well, not that it doesn't seem like I'm meeting those goals, but I'm just at a place where I feel like God has really been highlighting some changes that I need to do in my life in order for me to actually start to see the thing that I'm asking for. And I think that is something that God may want to highlight with us in the season of our lives, that yes, it's the middle of the year. A lot of time has gone by. In most cases, we may not see the thing that we were hoping for from the beginning of the year. We may not have reached the goals that we want to. But God has just highlighted to me that there's certain steps that we need to take to help us to actually end up getting to the goal. In order for us to grow beyond where we are right now, we're going to have to make some changes in our lives to help us to actually reach that goal, and for us to actually do the thing that we've been asking for, or get to the thing that we have been asking God for. Because when you look at Abram turned Abraham in the passage that we just read, you'll see that God called him to leave his family. He called him to leave his home country. He called him to leave where he grew up, the people that he knew. He called him to leave everything that he knew, to change his environment so that he could make room for the more that God wanted to do in his life. God would not have been able to make Abraham the father of nations. He would not have been able to birth an entire nation through Abraham had Abraham stayed in his hometown, had Abraham stayed where he grew up, where he was comfortable. But God asked him to change his environment so that he could do what he needed to do through Abraham. And I hope you guys noticed how God didn't just change Abraham's environment for him, but he asked Abraham to change his environment so that he could do what it is that he needed to do. Abraham had to move in order for God to move. Abraham played a role in what God needed to be done in his life. He had to change his environment so that God could do what it is that he needed to do. So Abraham had to move in order for God to move. And I believe that that is what God is trying to say to us this month and in this season of our lives. Move so that I can move. That's what God is saying. Change some things so that you can grow. Change your attitude. Change your habits, change your lifestyle, change your schedule, change your circle, so that I can bring things into your life that will boost you, so that you can make room for the thing that you are asking me for, so that you make room and you make space for what it is that you are hoping for. change some things in order for you to grow. Change things to create an atmosphere that is conducive to the life that you want. Many of the things that we ask God for, they require our participation as well. It requires us to actively be involved in it. Like I said, Abraham, he is the one who had to change his environment. He is the one who had to leave his family. He had to make that decision that, okay, I have to do this. Now I'm going to do it. He is the one who had to change his environment. And that's what God is asking you to do too. That you are the one who has to make the change in order for this to work. That's how we are going to grow. Is that you are actively participating, you are actively getting yourself involved in your own growth. Because if you from the beginning of the year have been asking God that you want to pray more and you want to read the Bible more, it's not just going to happen like that. You have to make changes in your life to create an atmosphere to where you will be able to step into that goal. So now that you have prayed and asked God that you want to pray more and you want to read your Bible more, make changes to your schedule. Add time for you to pray. Add time for you to read the word. Change your priorities. Make space. Create an atmosphere that will be conducive to the life that you want, or to the goal that you want to reach. If you've been praying for a relationship, right? You're gonna have to make some changes in your life to accommodate that kind of lifestyle. This is what you want, so now you are changing some things in your life so that you can get to this point. You cannot pray for a relationship and then you're gonna go on about your life and live as if you are single. No, but now it's time for you to actually introspect in your life and just check, okay, I'm asking for a relationship. I want a partner. I want someone I can spend my life with. What in my life do I need to change that will be able to accommodate that person coming into my life? So now I have to change certain things about myself, change my habits, so that if I was struggling to clean my room before, now I'm going to start cleaning my room. Why? Because I'm trying to accommodate the person, the partner that I'm praying and hoping for. You're basically giving yourself a leg up to help you reach the goal, to help you get to the place where you are asking God for, to help you actually step into the thing that you are hoping for. Myself, for example, if I can give an example, I have been asking God to grow more in to study the word more and to kind of dive deeper and deeper into the word and trying to get closer to him, to grow my intimacy with him. And lately he has been highlighting a lot about waking up in the morning, because y'all, I am not a morning person. I'm a night owl, so I sleep late. So he has been highlighting a lot to me this season. This thing of waking up early in the morning to spend time with God before I start interacting with people, before the hustle and bustle of life start to take over. And that is a change that I am starting to implement in my life, is waking up in the morning. You see, I'm changing my schedule now so that I can actually do the thing that I'm asking God for, so that I can actually step into the thing that I'm asking God for. Because yes, I can pray and ask God to help me dive in deeper into the word, but if myself, I am not actively doing something to help me meet that goal, God cannot help me meet the goal. Because once I can put myself in that environment, once I can actually change my schedule and wake up early in the morning and find myself sitting and reading my word, then God can now help me to understand more. He can now help me to understand more. Because again, with Abraham, if he had not changed his environment, he would not have been the father of nations. He would not be the father of faith that we know him to be. But God needed him to change his environment so that he could do what he needed to do through him. In order for you to reach the goal that you have set for yourself in the beginning of the year, it's gonna require you to make some changes in your life. Change your circle. Some of the people that you're hanging around might be the reason why you are lagging behind, why you are dragging behind, why you haven't met your goal yet, even though you saw that it's very much attainable. But why does it seem like there's something pulling me back and I can't necessarily step into that door? Could be your friends, they're just holding you back, because not necessarily to say that they're bad people, but you guys could literally be in a different mindset. You are not in the same place in your life. You're not in the same headspace in your life. And so you are chasing different things, but you are trying, to be together. Because your friends could be going this way and you could be trying to go this way. But because, you want them to still be in your life, you guys are now pulling yourselves back to the middle instead of helping each other grow. Iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. Find yourself a circle of people who are moving in the same direction that you are. Change your circle. Change your habits. Change your habits. So many of us, we pray to God and we ask God for us to be closer to Him, to get closer to Him. But everything that we are watching throughout the entire day fills us up with everything that is not God. The things that we are listening to, the things that we are giving our ear to, giving our attention to, are things that have God, like they don't have God in them. So throughout the entire day, you are being filled with garbage. You're being filled with trash. You're being filled with nonsense. That there's no space and there's no room for God to actually come in. And so now you have to make the choice and actively participate. You then have to change your habits. Change what you are watching. Change what you're listening to, so that you create an atmosphere where you can actually hear from God and you can actually receive from God. Create the space, create an atmosphere where you will be able to you're giving yourself a leg up to reach the thing that you have been wanting to reach your goal. So in this season of our lives, you need to change something so that God can be able to do what He needs to do through you, so that God can actually help you reach the goal that you have been wanting to reach. For you to grow beyond where you are right now, it'll require you to change certain things in your life. The change will not be easy at first. I know for one, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning will not be easy for me. But I know that in the end, it's going to be worthwhile. It's going to be so worthwhile. So that is my encouragement for you guys this month. Change. What does God want you to change in your life? What goal have you been asking God to help you meet? What do you need to change in order for you to actually step into reaching that goal? What do you need to do? What changes do you need to bring in your life to give you that leg up? To give you that boost? So that you can actually make your way to reaching that goal and actually gaining the thing that you've been asking God for. Change.